Welcome home to St. Anne's. We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.
Early on in my career, as a priest, someone said to me, "You should never preach about money from the pulpit." Good news, I don't preach from the pulpit. So, though I will tell you, money in churches is another old priest once said to me, Meg, don't get involved in the money stuff because money is like the dirty mistress of the church. And I was like, I'm a feminist. If there's a mistress, we're talking about it, and we're shutting that down. So it's a very uncomfortable topic, isn't it? And I've spent years kind of wrestling with this. And I'll be honest, we haven't done a stewardship campaign in like 6 years. I did one every year religiously as a new priest. Every year. Giving never goes up. And there's almost always someone who gets really, really mad about it and quits. Because you shouldn't talk about money, Meg. That's not. And so I've really wrestled with this because we are seeing changing trends. And so that's a large part of my kind of study and examination of this is our old model doesn't work. The old model of the membership and all that stuff, it simply doesn't work. And it's not just in churches. It's everywhere. Like country clubs are closing. People don't join country clubs. All the other organizations like Rotary and the Lions and all those things are really struggling because people don't join things. People don't want to join. And so the model of the church, of this membership model, I join your church. I fill out my pledge check. I do the things. Some churches even have like a little ceremony of welcoming. People always want paperwork. Anytime somebody comes to St. Anne's, how do I join? You come. And if you find something that you're like, that seems really cool, you do it. But it's not about paperwork and filing things and special ceremonies and all sorts of, I was Greek in college, so I know all about the special ceremonies. Shh. But that's the model that the church has always had. And it doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's not who we are as a people. And so here at St. Anne's, we just kind of gave it up. We're just like, clearly this is, and I've spent a lot of time kind of examining this and praying about it and reading different research and stuff like this. But would you believe that was all dumb? Really, the gospel today is the answer. I know, it took me 6 years to figure that out. Because here's the thing. Jesus has it all figured out. And we need to hear it too. Because here's the image. We have these really fantastic members of the temple, right? They're really great. They're really wealthy. Everyone's favorite parishioners. They just like give money and they say cool prayers and they make it look good and it's just fabulous. So that is the image of the church, right? That's what we've always had. I go to whatever church. It's kind of the same as like I'm a member of the whatever country club. I go to wherever. Historically, churches were that way. Churches definitely were that way. If you were part of a certain sect of society, you went to this church. You're a member of this church. So Jesus says, well, there's this, but I want you to watch. I want you to watch and pay attention because there's this woman over here. And probably you wouldn't have noticed her because she's not somebody that you're paying attention to. She's not fabulously dressed. She's a little widow. I mean, that is kind of the people of society at this time. She has 2 coins, and that's important. I want you to notice that she has 2 coins. So she could give one and keep the other. She could, but she doesn't. She gives both. And you think that I'm going to say to you, So here's the message of the gospel, y'all. Give everything to the church. We're going to start a fun little commune, Meg's commune of St. Anne's. We're going to take all our stuff and we're going to live in community. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this woman is all in. She is all in. And that's what we're called to be. It's not about the numbers. It's not about any of that. It is about being all in. And whatever that looks like, be that financially all in, or be that, so we've been doing this new ministry up in the house, right? People have come after work in the evening to move things. People have cleaned things that, God help us, no one should ever have to see. Like, people have been all in, and that's what the gospel is about. It's about being all in. It's not about membership or official things or anything like that. It's about being all in. And I had a conversation with the new incoming bishop a while ago, and she was talking about scrappy churches, and I was like, I got one of those. And she said, what's fascinating, because they're doing research, and she's like, there's a book coming out, hopefully, maybe we'll see, about scrappy churches, and about how these smaller churches are capable of doing incredible things that big churches simply can't do because there's just too much stuff to go through, right? You've got different committees to go through. You got to talk to so-and-so. You got to do this. You got to do that. There's paperwork. There's all sorts of stuff. Scrappy churches are like, forget that. No. We don't do that here. We're going to get stuff done. That's how scrappy churches work. And so they're able to do things that other churches could never comprehend doing because they come together and they just do it. That is all in. That is the gospel. And the reason people don't want to talk about money, I think, is because we as middle class people and upper middle class people, we feel shame about money. And if we feel shame about something, we just avoid it. We don't talk about it at all. Because I think people are like, well, if Meg talks about money, then I have to feel bad. I have to feel bad because I have nice cars and I like to go on trips and I do all this other stuff. It's not about feeling bad. There's nothing wrong with awesome cars and trips and other things. There is something wrong if that consumes you so much that you can't be all in with God. And if that is the thing that you feel guilt about and shame about, let's examine that. There's no guilt or shame in being successful or wealthy. There's guilt and shame in that consuming you so much that there isn't room for God. And that, if we can't talk about that from the pulpit, what can we talk about? If we become so into ourselves that we don't have room for God, there's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing left to say. So this isn't about hand me your tax returns, because there is a church in Chicago that does this. Give me your tax returns. I'll examine them. I'll send them back to you. I'll let you know what your tax is. And then we'll go do the things. No, this is about Jesus saying, are you in? Are you in? And what does that look like for you to be all in? All in. Everything is about this. So we don't do stewardship drives here because it's a waste of time. We do all in. We do scrappy church. Everybody's in on it, and we're going to have fun, and it's going to be awesome. And, hey, good news, just got a call this morning. We have 6 people coming on Wednesday. I know. I never get applauded for a sermon.
I gotta
know
know
stuff like
that
that
you're
more
welcome
often.
to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.
Let's stand together and say the words of the nice and free.